So continuing the mini tub install, I now have the driver's side back out. The passenger side is in. We'll go over there here in a minute. I'm also putting in the Mirrorlat Racing torque boxes in this for a Mustang. Convertible is built a little bit different for strengthening purposes. On a notchback or a hatchback, this is flat right here. On a convertible, they add a stiffener that goes all the way down to the A-pillar and is tied in down there. So I already did it on the other side, and I did not take a picture or a video of it. I should have. I'll try and do that on this one. But basically what I did is I figured out the distance from here up, and I basically scribed the line down so far and notched it out. It's also spot welded behind this piece here. Sorry about that. Behind this piece here's a spot weld, so when you cut it, you kind of have to just cut it out nasty and get it out there. But I figured it was better to do the notching on this compared to notching the torque box itself, because I would think that this thicker steel would be better for rigidity than the other way around. So it welds quite nice because this is also a little thicker. This, I don't know, they might both be 1/8 inch. I'm not quite sure. But getting it out of there, I'm gonna clean all this up. You have to open this hole up some on both sides. I haven't done that side yet, but we'll go over here in a second. I'll show you that inner panel. So on a convertible, this bracket goes all the way down and is added. That I'm guessing a hard top and a notchback do not have that. Like I said, you do have to take this plate out, which goes underneath that, so I had to cut all this. So currently I have measurements taken to put this back together at the correct opening. Here is the panel, and it's kind of, you drill some spot welds and some things like that. Went back in really well though. You can see that one. Obviously I haven't cleaned anything up yet, and I'll probably end up welding it in solid. It doesn't weld that great because of the differences in material thicknesses, so that's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's really stiff after that. Let me go around to the other side and I'll show you the torque boxes. So this one's in. I still have to finish welding it in. I'm not doing that until I can get all my measurements, but basically that's the torque box in there, and it's welded in. It's a heck of a lot stronger than what was there from the factory. There's also a tube there, a hole for a tube. I'm guessing for a roll cage, so if I ever have to do a roll cage, I'll have tubes in it already. But other than that, hasn't went too bad. If you want to see a side profile of how wide it makes it, that's pretty good. It added 2 inches, 2.5 inches inboard on that. The distance from here to there is quite a bit narrower. So when I was doing some rough figuring on the tray for the back seat, and the top mounts to this, these 3 holes, part of the convertible top mounts to that. That's gonna be interesting to do. I know this bracket here is gonna have to be trimmed down pretty substantially and probably just hard welded instead of those 3 little spot welds to the wheel tubs, but we'll see. Ultimately we're gonna get it in there, we're gonna get this thing back together, and I'll take a video and some pictures of it and see what it likes. But a lot of this stuff is just rivets. That's just, all that stuff just rivets onto the car. So I still have these factory mounting points for the rivets, so I'm gonna take all this apart and put this piece in, and then build these parts to it, to where it'll all makes sense. So I'm learning. We'll see what we end up with, but look, so far it looks like it's gonna work, and definitely gonna be able to put some wider wheels in there. Probably 12, 13 inch wide on the actual rim itself. I'm gonna run a 305 tire, but yeah, that's where we're at.